Hello everybody, and welcome back to Mount Hope Meadows. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jake, and we live on an 8-acre hobby farm down here in southeastern Pennsylvania. And today, in this video, I guess, me and Zach are going up to uncle, cousin's farm. It's about 25 minutes away from here. And we're just gonna be taking we're gonna be hauling some corn. This is for my ag class. We have to do like an interview of like somebody in like the agriculture industry, I guess. But we're gonna be going up there, moving some corn. We're gonna be taking it to the Souders mill. We'll be taking a tour of the Souders feed mill. That's up by Shady Maple. We'll talk about that later in the video. And we'll come back and we'll take a tour of his grain bin setup and some of his equipment. So I hope you watch the whole thing, because I did spend a couple hours making this video, so I would really appreciate it if you do watch the whole thing. So we'll just jump right into it. All right. All right, so I'll say this now. This was the first time I've ever really been in a semi-truck and moved corn. So this was the first time I've rolled the tarp over a semi-trailer. So I had a little bit of problems towards the beginning, but I was figuring it out. I was figuring out the U-joint at the top and figuring out that I can't stand very close to the trailer and turn it. So
Souders mill. It's up near Shady Maple, and largely they do dairy cattle these farms along here are Amish. Any luck, he's finished. And just wait out empty. We'll find that out here. I'm afraid he's got a dump ahead of us. That's alright, it's not the end of the world. There's compartments inside there, but like when he lifts the dump bed up, grain all flows here to the back, and this is actually an air system. So you pull the air hoses out of here, hook them up there, hook them onto a feed bin, and then that blower, this is an airlock here, there's a blower up front, actually blows the feed up into a feed bin. So that's the way this truck works. Stepping down, there's nothing in the window there. The cool thing about it is there's a couple partitions in there, so if he's delivering to 3 different places, he puts the feed for the first place in the back compartment, and then you empty it out, and then you can move the partition, and then you have the middle one for the second delivery and the front one for the third delivery. Today. Good. Some of these guys are out there online. That's fine. So this is basically these big feed bins I was telling you about are all up above us here, and then they funnel down. And then in the tubes are augers. So no matter what you want, you can auger it to wherever you want to put it. These things here that look like cement mixers, they're just for blending different ingredients. They don't do any grinding, they just blend. And this is actually the bagger right here. A contraption on there that knows exactly when there's a preset amount of feed in there, and then it stops the flow. So you want 100 pounds of feed in the bag, you can set up 100 pounds and it puts it right in. I won't ask you made the best. Okay. Hey, how are you doing today? Yeah, hey, hand them a broom. See if they know how it works. I'm sure they would. Oh, I do. I know they know how it works.
Yeah, you have cracked cord or whole cord.
Right.
So you have to, somewhat the same idea. But
Yep. I gotcha.
And then as far as minerals,
Well, that's why I didn't ask you how many different bags and stuff, because the sky's the limit.
every time, like I haven't weighed out for a long time now. I weigh out and get something over 2 months. Come back and say, what's this stuff?
Yeah.
They're just always changing stuff.
Oh, sure. How much bulk versus bag do you do? Is mostly bulk or small percentage bag?
This everything with a pink mark is a bagger.
Okay.
So this is all bag and this is all bulk. Now the difference is a lot of these are 500 pounders and stuff, but these are 4 and 3 and 2 tons.
Yeah.
So we do a lot. So I don't know. I'm guessing. Oh my! Just off the top of my head, I'm guessing maybe I don't know 75% bulk.
I would guess.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. We have 3 bag trucks running, and they'll load 15 to 20 stops on them.
Oh
They only have maybe 400 or 500.
A few
trucks.
tons, right.
So you're going all over the Welsh Mountains.
Yep.
Every little Amish place.
For a bag or two.
Yep. Dog food. Then these little farmettes have your
Sheep and
horse,
goats.
sheep, your goats,
Yep.
and a horse or two, and
Yeah, a bag of each.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Then do all the bags again. Gotcha.
Where's the grinder? I've never even seen you grind it for the born.
Well, it's underneath. But
Oh, okay.
we have 2 of them. This is the one we do most of the grinding with. It's so bad, like trying to put the corn back. They got augers on the automatic, like it goes by the amps.
Yeah.
Slows up the start. That fills all these beds, so we can fill probably about 100 tons we put up there.
Okay.
And we have 2 coarse bins and 2 fine good bins and try to switch empty one so you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
You know how that works.
Oh yeah. And how much wholesale corn do you hold so you have to start grinding? 3-4 loads?
Probably about 3 loads, 4. Yeah, good 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know we bring you 2 every week, so.
Okay, yeah.
But I know you get more than that.
We have one bin over there that holds about 40 tons that we crack a lot out of
Okay.
and mix out of.
Okay.
And then we have 2 up here that hold about 30 ton each.
Oh, nice.
And then they can all be ground into here. So
Okay.
they have sensors. We can start the grinder and walk away for 3 hours and come back and it shuts itself off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty nice. This is where your stuff is food.
Okay, yeah, it comes over and then up the fucking home.
This is the hopper bottom auger.
Okay,
Coming in through.
and then this is from the pit.
This is the pit.
Gotcha.
That's the back of the pit right there.
Yep, I see. So this is where we're going to dump the corn.
All right.
Once it's our turn, we're going to up here and run the elevator.
And out of the small hole. And this runs all the way through the pit. Through for hopper bottom stuff. And then this is our other grinder here.
Okay.
He's up there. He's putting his scale in. Dumps it into here, it's bulk.
Okay.
We auger it over the bulk bins. If he drops it into here, this is a bag.
I see.
So this has the auger. To the bag element. So he just
Do you have any of the auger trucks here?
didn't see any.
They showed them on the floor.
Yeah, I didn't see it around here for a while. Unless he's on the front.
Okay.
Everything we made. The truck's just back under here.
Yep.
We have the 4 different chutes. We have 28 bins up there.
Yep.
So they just toot the horn and tell you what bins they want, go back in, load,
Okay.
up and away, and away they go.
Yeah. Never get the wrong feet in the wrong bin.
It happens. Front two on top of each other.
Oh, yeah,
Got
yeah,
about
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Have you ever looked into one of those automatic conveyor type truck fill things that'll pre-weigh and fill different compartments without moving the truck.
We're actually looking at that right now.
Okay.
As we need if you want to do it.
Okay.
So, we were thinking about putting the floor scales out there
Okay.
and then filling it in so you can back in the drive.
Yeah.
Having an easy flow catch all these pins out to one that we run that way.
Okay. Okay.
And you weigh your truck, go up there and just move it around wherever you want it, drop it, have it weighed and everything.
Yeah. It'll save you a lot of driving back and forth.
So we're actually in the process of, we're not doing it yet, but we have a plan. We have it drawn up.
Okay.
So.
I just saw one of them. I had seen them before, but I saw one that I got a tour of a week or two ago down at the Powell's Mill down in Peach Bottom area.
Okay, yeah.
They
Down
just-
below the buck down there.
Yeah, down below the buck. They just put one in.
Okay.
Boy, is it slick.
Is that right?
Oh my, yeah, it's amazing.
That would be nice.
They can fill 6 or 7 different compartments on a truck without moving the truck.
But see, that's
And it,
what-
you don't have to move the truck at all. It's sitting on a scale, and yeah, the conveyor moves back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah, the truck just sits still. That's pretty slick.
Yeah, we do a lot of 3-4 stops, you know.
Right.
So you fly in here and load 1 or 2 balls up around.
Oh yeah,
Again,
a lot of driving.
Up around.
Yeah.
And yeah, if everyone's here, it can be a mess sometimes.
Oh sure.
You've seen it.
Oh yeah.
So-
Then I get in the way. You're waiting on me.
Yeah.
How many bucket elevators do you have?
We have, I think, 7.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. 8 with the Evergreen.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I only have one, so
Okay.
one's enough for us.
Yeah, they cause some problems. The dry stuff don't cause problems very often.
Yeah.
The wet stuff, it builds up.
Oh, sure.
Then we clean them out and stuff.
Oh, we've plugged ours up too.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. Be a little antsy and push them a little too hard.
Yeah, so that's it in a nutshell.
Yep. Very interesting. They're all stacked up, ready to roll. You can see there's a lot of pre-mixed stuff. Not all labeled. Feed's required to have a label on it. Here's a good example here. Feed's required to have a label. It's required to show protein, fat, fiber, and the ingredients. Some of this they get already pre-made. You know, they just get it brought in and sell it back again. They don't make everything. Layer feed, complete feed for laying chickens. Look out the window here and see how far along this is going. elevator. This is the elevator here. It's got a big long belt going up through it with little buckets on it attached to the belt. So, the bucket is carrying the speed up and it dumps it out. And then you can adjust which bit it's going in right here. Just wiggle the head up the top of it. This is the same concept of what we have at home that I'll show you. Them things run out of fuel, huh? Pulls it into the center. He does not have the cross auger turned on yet. They like to get the center all cleaned out before they turn the side augers on. Probably another 15 minutes to get that emptied out, 15, 20 maybe. One belt trailer, and then this flatbed is going to be for fertilizer transport tanks. We're getting a liquid fertilizer system on our new planter, so I'm going to put 2 big poly tanks on this trailer for fertilizer around. So when we're doing the harvest, we use all 3 of we use both hopper trailers and the dump trailer to haul grain in, because it takes that much to keep the combine, or keep ahead of the combine. This is one of our 7R tractors here. Generally use it mostly for running the planter and some other things. So this is the corn and soybean planter here. This is fairly state-of-the-art, but we're actually getting a brand new one that's going to look a lot like it here in March, and so we're going to have two of them. We're going to run two planters now. We're going to keep this one and continue to use it, but most of the corn will get planted through the other one, and this will do most of the soybeans. It's amazing how the technology changes. Like this planter is about 6 years old, and everything on it was state-of-the-art at the time. Well, now technology has advanced so quickly that there's a lot more bells and whistles that are important to have, so that's why we're getting another one. This guy here, this is our fertilizer and lime spreader, and it's got all the tech stuff on it as well, so we can download a prescription and it'll vary the rate of fertilizer or lime based on the soil type and a lot of other characteristics. So I'll show you the fertilizer bunker out back. We actually get fertilizer in bulk now by the trailer load, and so that's a lot more efficient. And we can spread ourselves when we need to. This is a bush hog here. Got 2 bush hog mowers just for mowing waterways and meadows and stuff. This trailer over here is our belt trailer, the one back along the wall, so we use it for hauling poultry manure. We'll take that to a poultry farm, get it loaded up, and then take it and dump it in the field and stockpile it. It's got a belt on it. It doesn't dump, but a belt pulls the material out the back.
Okay.
So we have twin 7R tractors. So this is the other one, and we run the fertilizer spreader, the Salford. We'll run the new planter with this tractor. So it's got all the tech goodies on it as well, auto steer, all that jazz. And then we have another tractor. Actually, the tractor that runs the grain cart is not here. We have it over at another farm doing manure, spreading manure with it. So the spreader, that's actually our largest tractor that's running the manure spreader.
Yeah, I've been in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not here right now. This little guy's just a utility tractor for odd jobs, bush hogging and stuff. This here is our Salford. This is what we call, some people call it vertical tillage. It's sort of a residue management tool, and it has a cover crop seeding attachment on it. The seed wagon is not here, it's up at another farm, but it can spread cover crop seed and work it in all at the same time. So since we don't do tillage, we've converted to no-till. We don't do tillage. Basically, this thing does what we need to do as far as chopping up all the old corn stalks, helping them break down naturally, and then throwing cover crop seed out.
Yeah, I think I saw this one in the field in the spring, in the fall or something.
Yep, you certainly have it down your way. Let's see, back here we got a few other goodies. You probably recognize the grain cart in the back there. This here's our loader tractor. We use it for when we stockpile poultry manure. We use it for loading up the manure spreader. It's got a big oversized bucket on it, so you can fill a spreader in a hurry with that thing. And we use the tractor for other odd jobs too. This is an old relic here. This was the first large tractor I bought when I started farming, and it's sort of a collector's item to me. We don't use it a whole lot anymore, but I use it once in a while. It's almost as old as I am, so it's done a lot of work. And, here's the grain cart. There's the combine. You've seen it in operation. We went completely over it. We do it every year after harvest. We take everything apart, inspect all the bearings, belts, augers, pulleys, you name it. We go over it from stem to stern and make sure everything's ready to go. That way when we start with it next year, we know it's going to keep going, or at least we're hopeful it keeps going. This here is just a grain vac for moving grain if you need that. Don't use it very often. That's a basically it's an arm mower, a boom mower. We can trim up field edges and stuff with that thing. It's got like a bush hog on it, and then you can reach way up in the air with it. And then a lot of the equipment, I have a couple other barns we keep equipment in, like the combine heads. We got hay equipment, a baler, hay wagons, rake, all that stuff is in other barns. Not all of it's here. Here's a red tractor for red tractor fans. We got this tractor when I was just about your age, Jake. I was 14, I think I was 14 years old when we got this tractor. So we've had it ever since, and yep, I've had a lot of fun on that thing. Actually pulled with it some with antique tractor pulls up at Rough and Tumble. I don't know if you've seen them or not. Pulled a couple times. That's a lot of fun. If you want to come out, I'll put this door up. We'll take a walk around the other way. I'll show you the fertilizer bunker. Here, when we get bulk fertilizer in by the trailer load, we stick this conveyor in one of these doors here, and we can unload the whole trailer load at a time. We got 2 trailer loads in a pile in here. I'll show you on the other side of it. This second poultry house here, we just rent out for storage. We've got some other people's stuff in there. These are the 2 tanks I'm going to put on that trailer in there. Just bought this one I've had for a while, but that'll be for transporting liquid fertilizer out to the corn planter. And here's a bunker. So this is 2 trailer loads of potash here, which is one of the main fertilizer ingredients we use. And we have our bulk liquid tanks back here for liquid nitrogen. So this used to be a manure bunker for the chicken manure, and now that we don't have chickens anymore, we repurposed it for storing dry liquid fertilizer. This is a grain auger here. We don't use it much anymore. The one smallest bin, we still need this to load and unload it. Everything else we use to all in phases, and I'll kind of explain how it works today. We've done different variations on it as it has grown, but the way it works today is all the grain that we harvest from the field comes in here first, and then we run it through the dryer. Most of it has to get run through the dryer. So I'll bring it up here to the dump pit. First, bringing grain in from the field, it gets dumped into the dump pit here, which is covered up now because of the rain. But just like we dumped up at the feed mill, there's a dump pit here. It doesn't hold a whole trailer load, but we can unload into this. This is called a chain conveyor, a drag conveyor. Pulls it over and into the bucket elevator. So this is the bucket elevator, just like they had up at the feed mill. This is actually bigger than any of the ones they have at the feed mill, higher capacity. This can unload a trailer in about 8 or 10 minutes. And then there's a turn head up at the top. When we're bringing corn in that we're going to run through the dryer, it goes either into the hopper bin in the back or this bin here. And then those are called our wet bins. They feed the dryer. You can see there's an auger coming up out of each one of those into the dryer, which is here. So they feed the dryer. The corn gets put in the top of the dryer, works its way down. By the time it's down at the bottom, it's dry. Forced hot air is getting pushed out of it. That's what dries the corn. At the bottom of the dryer, it gets augered over, put into that airlock. And then there's an air system that takes it up into one of these bins. So you can see the tubes that go up the sides of the bins here. So that takes corn up all the way, even up to the top of that one. Takes corn all the way up to the top and fills those guys up. And when it's time to empty them out, you saw how we took corn out of the side draw here. Roughly the top half of this bin can empty from the side draw. And then after that, in each of the bins, there is a center sump with an auger that pulls it out to the outside there And for example, that one has a vertical auger. Then to load the truck, these here get pulled over into the bucket elevator. So like this one, it pulls corn out of the center, pulls it by auger trough out here, dumps it into this drag conveyor again, dumps it into the bucket elevator, and then to load the truck comes out that tube. So that's the short version of it. So we usually keep soybeans in this bin until say July, and then we try to have it empty by the wheat harvest, and then we put wheat back in this bin. Then we try to have the wheat out by the time the fall soybean harvest comes. So we usually run 2 different crops in this bin. The rest of the bins get corn. So yeah.